This temple of Abydos has the most beautiful and complete set of scenes of the daily temple ritual of any temple in Egypt. Essentially, the ancient Egyptians believed that their gods were human beings writ large, with the same needs as every human individual. They needed food, rest, recreation, and drink, and these needs were provided by the performance of the daily temple ritual. Each of the 7 chapels in the sanctuary area is dedicated to a different god, and this one is for Amun. All the scenes in this chapel show Seti I offering to the god Amun, although in real life it was the high priest who carried out these duties. Here the king slips back the door bolt before removing the god's statue from its shrine. In this second scene, the king presents a vase of burning incense to the god. In ancient Egyptian temples, incense was frequently used. It was imported from the land of Punt, which is probably present-day Somalia. Next, the king kneels in adoration before Amun. The scene is surrounded by hieroglyphs, which give the dialogue between god and king, rather like comic strip balloons. Before the god's statue can be removed from its shrine, the king cleans the sanctuary floor with a cloth. Sacred water, symbolizing life, is poured. The statue must now be refreshed and prepared, so the makeup from the last ceremony is wiped from his face. Then the 3 coloured linen cloths wrapped around the god's body are removed one by one. The statue is dressed in clean garments made up of red, green and white cloths. Also, various types of natron, a salt compound, were presented to Amun. Natron was chewed to purify the mouth and served as an ancient Egyptian toothpaste. Here, Seti offers 2 magnificent golden collars, and then fixes the plumed crown upon the statue. Gold bracelets and the symbols of divine kingship, the crook, flail and sceptres, are given to Amun. The god is anointed with sacred oils. The final act was to offer the god's meal, which was 1,000 loaves of bread, 1,000 jars of beer, roast meat, and every good thing. The priest-king then walked out of the sanctuary backwards, brushing away his footprints. Every Egyptian temple had a butchering hall or slaughterhouse. These were usually situated outside the walls of the temple itself, somewhere in the surrounding courtyard. But here at Abydos, the butchery hall and yard was situated within the temple building. On the walls of this area there are scenes of the animals being slaughtered and jointed, and this meat would eventually be offered up to the god as part of the daily ritual.
Behind the temple is another holy place, possibly even older, known as the Osirion. It was dedicated to Osiris and lay at the very heart of the old Egyptian religious beliefs. But the Osirion may well have had another significance, as a symbol of the creation itself. For the ancient Egyptians, life first began on earth when an island arose out of the dark waters of chaos. It was in the waters that life first started. And King Seti would, of course, have had this secret function of the Osirion in mind when he decided to build his temple here.